how I almost got killed in Santo Domingo Este. Should I tell you guys about it?
This gentleman right here exemplifies the mindset of a lot of YouTube channels in the Dominican Republic when they talk about the danger of the Dominican Republic. He sounds like a very intelligent, smart, logical person. However, he almost gets killed for just simply walking down the street. And throughout the video, and you will see the link in the description, he ends up blaming himself. I've seen this behavior. People will get robbed, people will get stabbed, people will get shot, and they'll say, well, I should have been here. I should have been there. Certainly we can mitigate certain things. But just walking down the street, he almost gets killed. And the thing is, I don't know if they were trying to rob him. I don't know if he doesn't even know. They just pull out these machetes and come after him. And that's how crime happens over here sometimes. And it can happen, he even says it can happen anywhere. This is the paradoxical information that you will hear on YouTube channels. For instance, you'll hear guys will say, no, it's not dangerous, it's this, it's that. But yet they live behind bars. About, if not 99% of many YouTubers who live in the Dominican Republic either live behind bars, behind a security guard, an apartment building where they may have a security guard, or an apartment building where people can't get in. You'd be hard pressed to find people not living behind bars. If you've ever come to the Dominican Republic, go in some of the good-looking neighborhoods. Now, some of those hoods where people don't have a lot of money, of course, people don't have bars on some of those houses. But nice houses, nice homes, it's incredible to see wonderful, expensive homes. But everybody lives like turtles. Everybody's behind these bars. I mean, I get it. I do understand why some people, especially when they have invested in living in the Dominican Republic, working in the Dominican Republic, they may have a vested interest in keeping their channel alive or to not create a negative connotation. But the thing about it is, if somebody was going to Chicago and I lived in Chicago, the first thing I would tell them is, hey, go here, stay here. Let me tell you what happens in Chicago. But I mean, I get it. I've always said that I remember telling my children Santa Claus wasn't real and they wanted to attack me. But that is how the mind works. That is just how the mind works. It doesn't like change. I remember taking a psychology class, and the professor would come in and he'd say, move the next day, move. After about 4 days, everybody's frustrated. And he was just trying to give us an example of how the mind doesn't like change. We don't like change. And if you've been told by everybody, oh, you'll never have any problem over here, I'm not going to say that to you. They're going to tell you, just keep your head on a swivel, that kind of thing. There are issues over here just as there are issues in the United States, just as there are issues in any country. I think if my children came, I would be doing them a disservice by just filling their head up. They can walk anywhere, they can do whatever they want, they can be anywhere. No. I would definitely be telling my children, make sure you're behind some bars, a security guard, a building, lock and key.
I noticed two individuals. One was wearing a yellow shirt, one was wearing a dark pink. And believe it or not, they seem to be minding their own business, right? You have both of them looking like this, watching all the cars pass by. So I figured, all right, these dudes ain't no problem. I'm just gonna continue walking. So that's what I did. Then they unilaterally just got up and blocked my direction, whipped out two big ass knives without saying a word to me. So now I'm like, yo, bro, yo, chill out. They wasn't trying to hear nothing. They kept walking towards me. So I'm like, fuck. I turned around and I booked it. Mind y'all, I'm a very fast dude. There's not too many people in the world that can catch me. I put that on everything. Like, I got track speed. I was a track star back in high school, and I only got faster from then on. You feel what I'm saying? But one of those dudes was really quick because he picked up ground on me. So, meanwhile, I'm thinking, while I'm running, I'm gonna die. So as he started to pick up more ground on me, I kid y'all not, I juked this nigga off his chancletas. I don't know what happened to him afterwards, but now his friend is right in front of me, ready to back his knife onto me. So as he's coming down with it, I jabbed him so hard, like my life depended on it, right? The guy then screams, oh! Like, not the fact that it hurt, but he's appalled that I punched him in the face. So he trembles down. I jump over him like Iverson did to Tyronn Lue back in, what, was it the year 2000? Y'all saw the NBA Finals? And with that, he was able to just nip my leg, just nip it a little bit. I was bleeding tight profusely there, but everything's okay. And that seemed to be as much as these niggas got from me. I hit the dip all the way down the overhang, and I ran 3 solid blocks away from the bridge. Thankfully, a Haitian moto pulled up.
Now, this guy has been attacked. Probably more than likely it's a robbery. That's what happens in Santo Domingo. There's a street with called Calle 27. It's Street 27, right? And when I was living in Santo Domingo, I was always told, man, don't go down there. Don't go down there. I'm like, man, it's so crowded down there. There's so many people down there. It's like, man, all them people. It was like, it's not important. They'll get you in the daytime. Now, I don't know if this guy, it came after him in the daytime or at night. He's not. I don't know if I heard that, but. And the thing is, the thing that really struck me with this story is, he's telling people to go back. He's telling the story. We almost gets killed, and he's telling people to go and enjoy themselves. And robbery is very common in this country. He even goes to say that it can happen anywhere, and that's the truth. Let me continue.
I should have. But this video is in no way, shape, or form vilify or disparage the Dominican Republic at all. Because if you were to still ask me if it's still worth going to the Dominican Republic, I'll tell you to get your ass over here as soon as you can. Ultimately, because it was nobody's fault but mine as to why I was in the situation that I was dealt with. And had things had gone worse.
There are 2 parts to this where I do get lost when men travel overseas. It's like people could almost kill them. You see what's going on in Colombia, where there's people almost killing people, putting people out for 3 days, killing people by drugging them. You know, and I think a lot of American men feel there's no recourse. There's really nothing they can do. Many of these Latin American countries don't imprison but specific people for long periods of time. Of course, they say they do. But when you look at the data and how many people are being released, he wasn't even mad at them. Now think if that would have happened to him in the United States. He may have gone out looking for them guys, or at least try to get people involved. and he's brushing it off like it's nothing. That means he'll just keep going back or whatever. And I think that is the typical mindset, because if anybody has been in the Dominican Republic for a number of years, they've heard of stories like this from people standing up in your room, robbing you to while you're sleeping, to people trying to break in, till, people have heard of these things. But he has a very interesting take, and just as he said, it's not to disparage the Dominican Republic. It's not to throw the Dominican Republic under the bus. It's just about being real about what's going on here.